A space station is a crewed satellite designed to remain in low Earth orbit for a long period of time. In general, space stations have the ability for other spacecraft to dock to them. As of 2019, the International Space Station is the only operational crewed space station currently in orbit. Other experimental and prototype labs are also in orbit. Previous stations include the Salyut and Almaz series, Skylab, Mir, and the Tiangong series.Space stations are used to study the effects of long-term space flight on the human body. They also serve as a platform for extended scientific studies. All space stations have been designed with the intention of rotating multiple crews, with each crew member staying aboard the station for weeks or months, but rarely more than a year. As of today, Vladimir Titov, Musa Manarov, Sergei Avdeyev, and Valeriy Polyakov have completed single missions of over a year. All aboard Mir.Space stations have been used for both military and civilian purposes. The first military-use space station was Salyut 2, which was launched by the Soviet Almaz program in 1973. The Soviet Union also claimed the first civilian space station with the launch of Salyut 1. As of 2019, Russia, China, India, and private companies are building space stations. These stations have re-entered the atmosphere and disintegrated. The Soviet Union ran two programs simultaneously in the 1970s, both of which were called Salyut publicly. The Long-Duration Orbital Station (DORS) program was intended for scientific research into spaceflight. The Almaz program was a secret military program that tested space reconnaissance. Never crewed. Note: prototypes in various parts of Chinese, Japanese, and Russian, U.S. programs are in orbit, but not necessarily operational. These stations in parts are prototypes, they only exist as testing platforms and will never be crewed. OPS-0855 was part of a cancelled manned orbiting laboratory project by the United States, while the Genesis stations were launched privately. As of 2020, only one station is orbiting Earth with life support system in place and fully operational. These space stations have been announced by their host entity and are currently in planning, development, or production. The launch date listed here may change as more information becomes available. Most of these stations were cancelled due to financial difficulties. However, Mir 2 and Freedom were later converted into the Joint International Space Station project.